Hey, how's it going, you guys? Spideyco 64. I'm back. Yeah, I'm trying to remember the last time I made a video where I was talking to you guys and all that sort of stuff. It's like I don't know, I can't remember. Let me just fix this right here. I don't know what's going on with my hair today. It's just all over the place. But basically, anyways, yeah, so apparently a new Star Wars show came out. Apparently, I think it's called like ANDOR or something like that. I don't know. A lot of people I've been hearing some reviews from it, and some negative, some positive, but for the most part, positive for a change. But basically, anyways, really, I think that I don't know. I don't really know how to feel about these first three episodes of Andor. I really don't. But basically, before I talk about Andor, I just need to kind of clarify as to where have I been. I've always been here. I've been checking out, of course. I've been focusing on, some of the stuff with Marvel, and She-Hulk. And if you follow me on Instagram, which I think you should, and all that sort of stuff. Basically, to put this into words, I've been focusing a lot on college. I started about 4 weeks ago. The last video I did before I put out the recent stop motion race was me posting a video was me doing a NASCAR Authentics review, something I haven't done in a long time. But basically, though, it's just because I've been trying trying to figure out college out just to see how things go. And so far, it's been going pretty good. This semester it's going to go by in a blur, I know it. But next semester, I'm excited because I'm going to be doing like wrestling, and I might do more gym. Basically, I've been trying just to work out a lot more. But basically, though, guys, I'm not abandoning this YouTube channel. We're here to still talk about Star Wars, and we have to talk about Star Wars here today because earlier today, Andor released. Disney Plus had released the first 3 episodes of Andor, and we're here to talk about it. And I don't think I'm gonna be talking about this show all that much, or at least the first 3 episodes, because, well, to kind of put it to you this way, it's basically a mini movie, like a short movie, that's combined into 3 episodes. And I'm really glad that they premiered the series with 3 episodes, just because, I honestly really do think that this format might have benefited, really, some of the other Star Wars shows. For example, which, I feel like that all of the Siege of Mandalore arcs from the Clone Wars should have been released at the exact same time. And I feel like that they should have been 2 episodes released for The Mandalorian, and then the same thing for the Book of Boba Fett. And now they also did that with Obi-Wan Kenobi, and now they are doing it with, and now they did it with Andor. Albeit they did show the 4th episode to basically, reviewers, people like, Star Wars Explained. I'm trying to think of other people. Those are the only ones I can think off the top of my head. But basically, though, yeah, Andor. It's weird because I don't have much to talk about because really, because we're shown Andor, a character that we already know through Rogue One, and basically we're seeing him just in his days before the rebellion. Literally his days before the rebellion, because this takes place 5 years before Rogue One and A New Hope, and in between also right now I think it's taking place during Star Wars Rebels. Also, that's something interesting to note there. But basically, though, from what I heard, that this first season is supposed to be covering Cassian and not the whole rebellion, which is something that I have to say kudos to the writers for doing that, because we've already seen it in Rebels. Though maybe we'll see some other stuff some other things that we didn't see in Rebels. But basically, though, to talk about the show just in general, it really didn't feel like Star Wars. Like, for example, it's, these first 3 episodes, I didn't see, there weren't stormtroopers, there weren't any iconic droids designs, any ships I recognize. There are different species of aliens. It just felt very different. And you want to know something? I actually praise it for doing something different. I am glad that this series is trying to do something different from other previous Star Wars shows have been doing. Like, I feel like that the Mandalorian series and the Book of Boba Fett series too, as Jon Favreau has said, that respects that the Mandalorian and the Book of Boba Fett respects all aspects of Star Wars. And I really like, and heck, I like the first 2 seasons of The Mandalorian. Not much the Book of Boba Fett, but it has its moments here and there. And I like it for that reason. And then we go to Obi-Wan Kenobi. Obi-Wan Kenobi was basically a continuation of the prequel trilogy in the middle of the original trilogy era, or in the early days of the original trilogy era. And that's something that I also like very much too. And for the animated series, such as the Clone Wars and the Bad Batch, those are just purely Star Wars. The same thing also goes, for Tales of the Jedi. And Andor is in this really interesting position. It's basically its own thing. And I really like that a lot. And all that sort of stuff. I think, really, that, they brought a really great writer, Tony Gilroy, who basically produced the Bourne series, or one of the Bourne movies. I don't know. I haven't watched the Bourne movies in a long-ass time, but I don't know. I just like the dark and the gritty nature of this series. Of these first 3 episodes. Now, the one thing, though, I will kind of complain, though, and here's my criticism, is that the episodes did kind of feel a tad bit slowish. But, and honestly, I kind of don't think about that just because this isn't how the show really is supposed to. Because I like to think like all 3 of these episodes are all, they're all one mini movie. And that's something that's really, cool to see, and all that sort of stuff. We also get to dive into Cassian's backstory a little bit, and whatnot, sort of have you, and all that sort of stuff, which that's another pretty cool thing. And also, too, we're introduced to some new characters, like this new police group that looks pretty interesting, especially one of the main characters. Seems pretty interesting, too. And also, too, we're introduced to Staris Sitgard's character. I'm pretty sure I butchered his name, but basically, the guy who played, Vladimir from the Dune movie, and also the guy who played Eric Selvig in the Avengers movies and in the MCU. I like how he's in Star Wars. That's pretty freaking cool. And, the 3rd episode really was pretty cool, especially the last half where they're hunting down Cassian, and Cassian and Setgar's character were both talking to each other, very intense, and all that sort of stuff. That's another thing too. The dialogue is actually pretty good in this series. Holy shit. And also, by the way, this is also something I just need to point out, but this is the first series that a Star Wars character has used the word shit. Like, literally, shit exists in Star Wars. Wow. I didn't know about that. But basically, though, this whole... I'm intrigued to see how this series goes on from here. I really do think that that the show's really gonna... I'm intrigued to see what happens in episode 4, definitely, or in the 4th episode. And, overall, I would kind of give... I'll give the first 2 episodes a 6 out of 10, kind of a 5. But then for the 3rd episode, it's an 8 out of 10. And honestly, I feel like maybe I have to rewatch it just because last night I was tired, basically. I have no idea why I was tired. I have no idea because I didn't go to school yesterday, so I don't know. It's weird. But basically, though, guys, even if you don't really think the series is going to be good, just give it a try, and all that sort of stuff. And I've already seen people already judging the show as it is. Doesn't make sense to me. Wait until all the episodes come out. And by the way, there are 12 episodes, so basically there are 9 weeks left. So that's going to be pretty cool. And once again, come back here every Wednesday night, hopefully, and we're going to talk about the Andor series. And also there'll be a separate video for Tales of the Jedi also too. And for a lot of people who have been asking me, have I reviewed She-Hulk, or do I have any thoughts on She-Hulk? I can't say they're positive. I'm going to save that for later. Though, this next episode, I'm not going to say I'm excited for this next episode of She-Hulk. I'm going to say I'm interested. So basically, guys, there you go. I'm glad to be back. I'm glad that these videos are back. And basically, with that being said in mind, thank you all for watching this video. You'll probably see it on Thursday. So, with that being said in mind, this is Spidey64 saying we will see you in the next video. And hopefully I won't have this emo here. So, yeah. See you all later.